They hold a press conference. Kayleigh McEnany, the species girl, holds a press conference. The hot blonde who rips men's spines out with her tongue. She holds a press conference, and all they do is ask her about this tweet. Children are being slaughtered in every Democrat city in America. 5 kids in one weekend killed in Democrat cities because of Democrat policies. They don't ask her one question about it. And here's what finally she reacts. Here's what she says.
I was asked probably 12 questions about the Confederate flag. This president's focused on action, and I'm a little dismayed that I didn't receive one question on the deaths that we got in this country this weekend. I didn't receive one question about New York City shootings doubling for the 3rd straight week, and over the last 7 days, shootings skyrocket by 142%. Not one question. I didn't receive one question about 5 children who were killed, and I'll leave you with this remark by a dad. It broke my heart. A dad of an 8-year-old lost in Atlanta this weekend. They say Black Lives Matters. You killed a child. She didn't do nothing to nobody, was his quote. We need to be focused on securing our streets, making sure no lives are lost, because all Black lives matter. That of David Dorn and that of this 8-year-old girl. Thank you.
So, and they're shouting at her about the Confederate flag while she's saying this to him. It's all about this one tweet that she sends out. And the New York Times, who has been waging a racist culture war for years, runs this story as Trump's racist culture war. You know, it's like, don't interrupt our racist culture war with your racist culture war. That's the New York Times, a former newspaper. I just want you to listen, though. I want you to listen instead to an interview done in New York with Mayor de Blasio. This is a guy who's cut $1 billion out of the police budget, folded up one of the police anti-crime units. He has transformed this city that Giuliani turned into one of the safest big cities in the world. And again, I always give credit to Bloomberg because he kept those policies in place, even though he did a lot of things that were annoying, because Bloomberg is an annoying little man, but he kept Giuliani's policies in place and he kept the city safe. De Blasio has turned it into a 80s hellscape overnight. He has done it overnight. It was a brilliant piece of leftism. Only leftism could do this. So people are being gunned down. Now, just remember what you just heard. They're shouting, oh, the tweet, the evil tweet. They're shouting that at Donald Trump. Here is the reporter from CBS News Radio 88, which is a local New York news station. Here's how the reporter approaches Mayor Bill de Blasio, who is to blame for what's going on in New York. This is how he asks him the question.
Hi there, Mr. Mayor.
Hey, Rich. How you doing? How was your weekend?
Well, it was terrific, actually. Great. I didn't burn the hamburgers. So
there you go. I'm proud of you, Rich.
So listen, I did want to ask about the shootings and how serious you see it, and also if Chief Monahan can chime in about what he sees as the cause of this uptick, if you will.
Yeah, Rich, it's a very serious situation. And I've been talking about it for weeks now. We've been seeing some troubling signs we have to address very aggressively and with the whole community. So there's no question that as we're getting into warmer and warmer weather, and we're feeling the effects of people being cooped up for months, and the economy obviously has not restarted to anywhere the extent we need it to. So there's a lot less for people to do. We have a real problem here.
Yeah, I'd say so. So how's your weekend? Didn't burn the hamburgers. I'm proud of you, Rich. You know, I'm going to just give this guy a little bit of leeway because he's a local reporter. He's got to be friendly with the mayor. He's got to be able to talk to the mayor. He can't just hammer the mayor all the time. It's not like Jim Acosta where he's going to get a court decision forcing them to take this clown. Jim, look at me. I'm Jim Acosta. They're going to take this clown back into the press corps. It's not like that. He's got to be decent to the mayor. An uptick in shootings. It's between 150 and 220% more shootings overnight because of these policies. And he doesn't even ask him, and he calls it an uptick, and he doesn't even ask him. He doesn't even hammer him about his defund the police policies. He doesn't ask him about cutting $1 billion from the police budget. He doesn't ask him about the folding out the anti-crime unit. It doesn't do any of that. But we have to scream at Donald Trump about a tweet about the Confederate flag. And even if the tweet was ill-advised, you know, I don't think we should actually be talking about the Confederacy very much, because I don't think we should be negotiating with terrorists. I don't think we should be negotiating with Marxist anti-Americans. But there are reasons to remember the brave people who fought for the Confederacy. I understand slavery was a grave, grave evil. I understand it. But it was around the world. Slavery was practiced universally around the world. We're the people who got rid of it. And the Confederates were not only fighting for slavery. They were fighting because they thought the deal they made with the Union was that they could leave anytime, and the deal was changed. That was one of the reasons they were fighting. There were many people who fought with good intentions. I understand that the evil of slavery overwhelms all that, and I understand that the Confederacy can be threatening to black people, and I understand in localities and local places, if you're a taxpayer, you have a right to say, take this statue down. It has nothing to do with that. But this kind of universal, all of a sudden, things are bad, has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with black lives. It has nothing to do with black people. It is all about the simoleons. This video is sponsored by BlinkSale, the revolutionary invoicing software for contractors and small businesses. Spend less time billing and more time making bank with BlinkSale. Get a free trial at the link in the video description.